I made a fully automated Instagram account that posts memes on its own twice a day. A few years ago, my cousin and I had a competition to see who could get the most followers on an Instagram meme page. At the time, I was just a student who didn't know any better, and I was doing all sorts of gross manual labor, like going to Reddit, actually finding memes myself, downloading them, making up interesting captions, manually going and putting stupid hashtags. It got so bad, I even went to all these other meme pages, went through their lists of followers, and manually added over 1,000 of them, just waiting and hoping to get follow backs. I can't be too hard on myself. Student me didn't know any better, and also it did kind of work. I have like 2,000 followers on this account now. But now that I'm a developer, I consider myself above such manual labor, and I'm not gonna spend all that time just to recycle low quality memes for the 2,000 followers who probably don't really care that much. So I had the idea to take this meme account, which is now very dead, and see if I could find a way to fully automate it, just for fun. Because why not? Besides, the rule always holds true. Never spend 30 seconds doing something if you can spend 3 hours trying to find a way to automate it. Okay, but jokes aside, humans are very routine creatures. We do a lot of the same tasks over and over and over again throughout the course of our lives. And if we can find ways to speed up or entirely automate certain things, we can actually save massive amounts of time in the long run. For example, I'm gonna go out on a limb and assume that many of you watching this video right now use a computer fairly often. And when you're on a computer, probably a lot of that time you spend in a browser. When you're in a browser, you need to open new tabs. When you go to open a new tab, you could either drag the mouse over and click the little plus sign, or you could hold Control and press T. For a simple calculation, let's assume that dragging the mouse and clicking the plus sign takes 1 full second, whereas using Control T takes 0.5 or 1/2 of a second. I just did some extensive academic research and found that according to the University of College State, the average human opens anywhere between a few 100,000 to a few million tabs in their lifetime. Those of you watching this are likely higher than average, as you are all fellow internet dwellers, so I'm going to assume 2 million tabs for all of you, and let's go with that calculation. In conclusion, using Control T to open a new tab instead of using your mouse to press the button will save you roughly 1 million seconds over the course of your lifetime. That's roughly equivalent to 17,000 minutes, 280 hours, or 12 full 24-hour days. Imagine how many reels you could scroll in that amount of time. That was entirely too much dilly-dallying. Back to automating this meme account. Okay, let's do this. To get a fully automated post, I'm gonna need at least 4 things. We need somewhere where we can go get memes automatically and for free. I'm not about to spend money on this. And before anyone comes at me for the ethics of taking someone else's meme and sharing it on a different platform, just think of it as going into a big room with a lot of people and showing someone a meme you found. Doesn't mean you made it, you're just sharing it. Plus, it's an educational project and I don't really care, whatever. Okay, back to the script. Now that we have our meme from a source, we need to use that meme to automatically create a new Instagram post. Then we just need some way to add a caption automatically. And finally, we need something to actually trigger the script that will make all of this happen in the first place without me having to do anything. I mean, the whole point of this was to eliminate manual labor, so it would kind of defeat the purpose if I had to go and actually start up a script personally, physically, When I was in university, I actually had a data science course that I needed to get data for, and we actually scraped data from Reddit, so I actually have a little bit of background experience for this. So don't ever let anyone tell you a CS degree isn't worth it, because it might help you make an automated meme account one day. But anyway, turns out having done something before doesn't mean you can do it again, so I had to go ask Google and GPT to give me some ideas on how to actually do this, and they were really helpful. So the first thing I had to do is install a library called Python Reddit API wrapper, which will basically let us actually interact with the website through script. Then to actually log into this session, you'll need a user token and secret to plug into the code. To actually get that, you need to make a Reddit app, which sounds kind of complicated, but it's really straightforward and easy. Then I write which subreddit I want to go to, dank memes, and I just download the most recent post as a JPEG in a local folder called images. Important side note here, when I download this image, I always save it with the same name. So in this case, image.jpg. That way it overwrites the previous one, and then I can retrieve it with the same name every single time. This accomplishes 2 things. It avoids the issue of collecting useless JPEGs and filling up your computer space over time. And 2, it makes it really easy to grab that image, because when you need to post the image, you just say grab image.jpg from images directory and you're done. Every time it works really nicely. Anyone who's done anything with code knows that usually things don't go properly on the first try, but this actually went so well. And boom, just like that, we have a script that goes to Reddit, goes to a subreddit, grabs the first meme it finds, saves it, done, boom. Okay, now I just needed some code that would work as an API between what code I already had and Instagram. So I found this really great Medium article that goes through step by step and explains how to set up a script for this using a library called Instabot. But then I started running into some issues with version discrepancies, and I just kept getting these errors that I couldn't figure out. So I kind of gave up on that and went and tried some other bots. I tried Instapy. None of them seemed to be working properly though for what I wanted them to do, until I found the Python library InstagrAPI. It worked amazingly. And the way I discovered that it worked is that I got a notification from Instagram that there had been a suspicious login into my account, and I was so excited. I mean, this has got to be the happiest anyone's ever been to see a suspicious login notification from Instagram. So once I knew that I could log in, I tested the actual image upload as a post, and it worked perfectly. I was so excited. Okay, now for the caption. So I initially had this very lofty ambition to try and set up a local language model with some kind of image recognition that would take the meme I just downloaded, look at it, come up with a funny caption based on that meme, append that caption to the post, and upload the post. That was my initial goal. That's not what I did. Because I thought about it for a while, like 5 minutes, and then I immediately gave up on it because I thought, no way this cost-benefit analysis works out, and screw it, I'm just gonna have ChatGPT generate like 50 generically funny meme-appropriate captions, store them in the code, and then randomly select one to append to each post when it uploads it. Quantity over quality is what a lazy person would say. And I'm a lazy person, so I do say it. Okay, the final thing I needed is an automated way of triggering the script so that I can be productivity maxing while my 2,000 followers are getting completely garbage memes. My first idea was to put timeouts in the script so that it would run and then pause for a long time and then run. That was a terrible idea, and then the script is just always running in the background. It's dumb and terrible. I don't want to do it. This is when I discovered Windows Task Scheduler. Maybe it's really embarrassing as a developer that I don't know what this is yet, but it's amazing. Okay, so in Task Scheduler, I set a new basic task, and I give it 3 things. The path to my Python executable as the program I want to start, the actual Python script I want to run as an argument, and then finally the directory I want the script to run in, which in this case is just its own. This project actually made me super curious about the potential of Task Scheduler, because I can see how it could be used to do a ton of things. But anyway, this is all I needed for now, so we'll stick with it. Now I had my task ready. I just added a couple triggers to make it go off once in the morning and once in the evening. This seemed like a nice pace. I didn't want them too close together because I'm taking the most recent meme, and so if it's too close together, there's a small risk of accidentally downloading the same meme twice. Then as a finishing touch, I discovered that Task Scheduler has a feature that lets you delay a task being run by a random period of time within a given range. It probably makes no difference, but anyway, I thought it was a fun and easy way of making the code seem ever so slightly less bot-like. And there you have it. I now have a fully automated Instagram meme account that posts memes on its own twice a day. Are the memes any good? No. Are the captions funny? No. Did I have a lot of fun doing this, and am I slightly proud of it? Frick yeah, you bet I am. P.S. I polished up the script and put it on my GitHub if any of you are curious to see or try it. P.P.S. I still get regular notifications from Instagram about suspicious logins. And that's it. I hope the process was as entertaining for you as it was for me, and that you learned something with me. Thanks for downloading this Nino Bite, and I'll see you in the next.